There is a reason calm people make manipulators uncomfortable. Not loud calm. Not fake calm. But real calm. The kind that does not explain itself. The kind that does not rush. The kind that does not react on demand. And social psychology explains exactly why this kind of calm is so difficult to control. Manipulation depends on one thing above all else. Reaction. Without reaction, manipulation collapses. If you are naturally calm, you may have noticed something strange. People try to provoke you. They test your boundaries. They push emotional buttons. But when you do not respond the way they expect, they become frustrated. Sometimes even angry. That is not random. That is loss of control. Manipulators rely on emotional leverage. They study reactions. They adjust tone. They apply pressure. They need feedback to guide their next move. When you remain calm, that feedback disappears. Social psychology shows that manipulation works best when the target is emotionally reactive. Strong reactions create openings. Defensiveness creates negotiation. Guilt creates compliance. Calm creates nothing. This is why calm people are so difficult to manipulate. They do not provide emotional entry points. You may notice manipulators escalate around calm people. They speak louder. They exaggerate. They accuse. They rush the conversation. They are trying to break the calm. Because calm blocks access. A calm person does not rush to explain. An explanation is where manipulation thrives. When you explain, you give material. When you defend, you give leverage. When you justify, you give permission. Calm people skip all three. Social psychology refers to this as emotional non-availability. Not coldness. Not avoidance. Simply not offering internal access on demand. Manipulators often mistake calm for arrogance. They say things like, "You think you are better. You are acting superior. You are being dismissive." But confidence does not accuse calm. Insecurity does. Here is an important insight. Manipulation requires urgency. Calm removes urgency. When someone tries to rush you and you stay calm, the pressure flips. They become the unstable one. They become exposed. Their tactics lose timing. This is why calm people often notice manipulators revealing themselves. They over-explain. They contradict themselves. They become defensive without being attacked. The calm person did not confront them. The absence of reaction did. Social psychology explains that manipulation is a regulation strategy. The manipulator is trying to regulate their internal discomfort through external control. When calm blocks that regulation, the discomfort stays with them. And they do not like it. Calm people also resist manipulation because they do not personalize pressure. Manipulators often rely on emotional hooks. Guilt. Fear. Responsibility. Obligation. Calm people feel the pressure but do not absorb it. They observe it. This creates a psychological gap. The manipulator pushes. The calm person does not move. And suddenly the tactic has nowhere to land. You may have noticed that calm people often respond with fewer words. Not because they are passive. But because words create negotiation. And negotiation creates openings. Silence and short responses remove complexity. And complexity is where manipulation hides. Another reason calm people are hard to manipulate is that they do not over-identify with outcomes. Manipulation often works by threatening loss. Loss of approval. Loss of connection. Loss of peace. Calm people are less afraid of temporary discomfort. They tolerate silence. They tolerate tension. They tolerate disapproval. This makes threats ineffective. Social psychology shows that tolerance for discomfort is a major predictor of autonomy. The more discomfort you can sit with, the less control others have over you. Calm people also do something unintentionally powerful. They slow the interaction. They pause. They think. They take time. Manipulation relies on speed. Calm introduces friction. When friction appears, manipulation becomes visible. The tactics feel obvious. The pressure feels clumsy. And the manipulator loses elegance. You might notice manipulators accuse calm people of being difficult. But difficulty is not the issue. Lack of access is. Here is the key difference. Calm people do not seek to control others. But they also do not surrender control of themselves. This balance is destabilizing to manipulative personalities. Manipulators often thrive on emotional chaos. Drama creates cover. Noise creates distraction. Calm removes both. This is why calm people are often labeled intimidating. Not because they are aggressive, but because they cannot be easily moved. You may notice that calm people attract two very different reactions. Secure people relax around them. Manipulative people feel exposed. That difference is not coincidence. Social psychology shows that secure individuals self-regulate. They do not need to control others to feel safe. Manipulators do. This is why calm is such a powerful filter. It separates regulation from dependency. Respect from control. Connection from leverage. You may worry that calm makes you passive. But calm is not passive. Calm is selective engagement. Calm people choose when to speak. Choose when to respond. Choose when to disengage. That choice is where power lives. Here is the reframe to remember. Manipulation does not fail because you fight it. It fails because you do not feed it. Calm people are not immune to manipulation attempts. They simply do not reward them. And behaviors that are not rewarded fade. This is why manipulators eventually avoid calm people. They seek easier targets. Targets who react. Targets who explain. Targets who feel guilty. Calm people do none of these consistently. If you are naturally calm, this is not something you need to learn. It is something you need to trust. Final thought. Calm is not weakness. Calm is emotional independence. And emotional independence is the one thing manipulation cannot survive.